Hey everybody, it's your friend Dominic. I'm here in the West Midlands of beautiful Great Britain, targeting some carp. Come along with me. Let's see if we can get into it. Just taking it nice and easy. Come on, girl. Boys, we are hooked up, and this might be one of the most beautiful fish I've ever seen in my life. I'm not even kidding. We have a size 14 hook on here. We are fishing with pellets. Come on, she does not want to come up. So we're just going to tire her out and then bring her in the basket. Come on. Well, if you take a look at that marvelous specimen, been sitting here about an hour and a half, seeing a few fish jump to my right, and this one came in and hit really hard and fought really good. Nice, beautiful fish. We're gonna put her back in the net, revive it, so it could swim off another day and see if we can catch another one. There we go. There we go. Goodbye. So here's a look of the pool. They don't call them lakes or ponds over here. They just call them pools. So they say this is the smaller pool. Looks like a really big pond to me. And there's a larger pool over there. It looks like a small lake to me. And they call these little docks pegs. And they have pegs all around the pool. And the gentleman at the shop earlier today told me that I could pick and fish wherever I wanted to, but he recommended this one. I've caught a few fish already. And I'm going to go down this steep embankment here and show you how she looks. That wood looks a little rotten. I haven't been putting my weight there. Here's something British people are really, really peculiar about when it comes to fishing. They love following the rules, but most importantly, they love making the rules. So they say at this place, your net has to always be in the water, and you have to always have your mat ready. So an unhooking mat, it's kind of like sleeping bag material, where you set the fish on that so they don't flop around and hurt themselves. The British folk are very, very, very peculiar about maintaining fish health and respecting the fish. And deep down, I respect that. Actually, I respect that, and I don't even have to say deep down. Now, what I got going on here, I got my travel rod. This is a 3-piece Swait Hobo. It's a medium light. I use it when I'm traveling back home for bass or walleye, but over here in England I'll use it for trout and zander and carp. And I've got my Abu Garcia Zata spooled on there with some regular line. We have pellets, we've got some aftermarket scent, we have boilies, we have our feeder pellets that I had to buy from the bait shop here. Since they own the land, they can make the rules. They say if you're going to fish with a feeder, you have to use their bait. So I don't make the rules. And I took that bait and I put it in this bag and I dropped a little bit of water in there. You want your pellets to be kind of soft so they fit to the lead. And I'll show you how to do that later in the video. And probably when I get back to the house, we'll go through this baggie and I'll show you all the tools that go into carp fishing. That might be in a different video, but let's just stick around and see what we can do. Well, there you have it. Here's another really good one I just caught on a little pellet. Beautiful, beautiful specimen. Quite heavy, quite aggressive. We're gonna get her rehabilitated in the net and safely released. And I'm going to show you a little bit about rigging when it comes to carp fishing. At first, it appears more complicated than it really is. But when you break it down, it's quite simple. We have right here, this is what you would call a method lead or a method feeder. It's got some weight to it. You know, I'm in England right now. Everything's in metric, so this is grams. When you do the conversion, it's a little over an ounce, and that's on the medium larger side in the grand scheme of things. You see how it's got, you know, an indent in here and grooves. That's for where you pack your bait. We're going to do that in a few seconds here. You go down the line. This is a quick connect, so you can attach a leader with a different hook and bait on the end of them. Right now I've got a boilie on here, little piece of hard dough. It smells like pineapple and bananas. It smells actually quite nice. Earlier I was fishing with pellets. I'll show you how to use those in a little bit here. But pellets, as it is, refers to something that looks like this. Little tiny flour based grain. These ones are kind of small. These are about 2 millimeters. So I had to buy these from the property manager earlier today. He said that, you know, whenever you are fishing with a feeder style like this, where, you know, the carp are coming in and feeding off of the bottom and they eat a lot of your bait, you have to use their pellets. A lot of the times you can go to the store and buy pellets, but depending where you are fishing in England, you have to abide by their rules. Now, here's some of the boilies that I have. I got these at the tackle shop up the road. And then here are some of the larger pellets that I'm using with the rubber band method. But let me pull some stuff out. See, this is the cool thing with carp fishing. You got all sorts of, you know, little tools. More stuff to buy. Isn't that fun? I even got, you know, a cool little slingshot for catapulting bait out there, kind of chum the area a little bit. So what you do when you have a method lead and you're fishing, you know, like this with feeder pellets, so you can get them in a tin, you can put them in a bag. A little bit before you go fishing, you put your pellets in the bag and you put some water in there. You want them to be not soaking wet, but you want them to be soft. You want them to form to your hand. Sometimes when you buy a lead, you can also buy like a mold, so you can kind of like form and fit these pellets into like a dough. And you see that little imprint on the top side of your method lead. You're just going to take that and you're going to smash it in there just like that. So when you cast it out there, you know, all the weight's on the underside of the lead. It's going to sit on the bottom like this, and the particles and the pellets are going to break off, and those carp are going to come and they're going to start sucking on it. And after a little bit, they're going to see or notice your pellet, your boilie, whatever you're using. I've got imitation corn with me as well. But what I like to do, just because I'm me and I'm a little extra, I will take this aftermarket scent. This is by Dynamite Baits. It's Tutti Frutti. Tutti Frutti! Oh, and I will pour a little onto the pellets, this little bit I have on the feeder, and I'll just let it soak in and give it a cast. So when I go out there, I've got scent, I've got food, I've got everything that these fish are out here looking for. But we're gonna give it a whirl. Let's stay tuned to see if I can catch a few more. So I've been fishing with pellets mostly today, but after I caught a couple of them, I got this one on a pineapple banana flavored boilie. Just a beautiful fish. We're having a great day out here. We're gonna put her back in the net like we have been doing. Get her rehabilitated, or him, or genderless fish, I don't know. Alrighty, nice plump fish. Just like that. Goodbye. In the UK, this is what is referred to as a bream. It looks very similar to a shad. Looks like it'd be really good catfish bait, but it is a part of the carp family. Alrighty, so I'm back a couple of days later. Had so much fun last week. I figured I'd come out when the weather was nice a few days later and get after it again, but I'm going to show you how I rig a pellet onto this tiny rubber band. So these are pellets, larger pellets. These are the feeder pellets that go around the method lead. These are made by a company called Dynamite Baits, and they work really well. They're really small. This is a 6mm pellet. This is the biggest pellet you're allowed to use on this lake. And in order to put this pellet onto this tiny band, you need a very special tool. This is made by Guru. It makes life a lot easier when you have it. So all you do, you take the tips to these, you take the tips to this little tool here and put it into the rubber band, and you open it just like that. And what you do, you put the band around the pellet just like that and slide both of them off, and voila. When the carp comes through, they suck up the pellet, they bring the hook into their mouth, and you're gonna catch one. So what we'll do now, before we lob our bait out there, we'll take some of our feed that has been marinating in the fruit scent, and I'll mold it around the lead. Put a little bit, I like to put a little bit in my hand first. Take that, mash it on there. You're gonna lose a lot of this stuff. That's why you get so much of it. And just like that, it's ready to be casted out. So I'm gonna put it straight out in front of me. For a little bit earlier, I had it over to the right. We're just gonna eat it out there where I've seen some fish activity. We're gonna give it a gentle lob cast so all that bait stays onto there. Let it hit the bottom. We'll reel up our slack and bring in all of the slack until I can feel the weight of the feeder. And I'm going to turn my drag down and put it down here on the rod holder, so when a fish starts to take it, they get minimal resistance. The thing is with carp fishing, they're very sensitive and they're very, very weary. So whenever they feel something, they'll open their mouth, they'll drop it. They're very, very skittish fish. So now we wait. All right, since I rebaited and cast it out there, it didn't take very long. I got a bite right now. I can see the line jumping and the rod moving a little bit. Starting to move. We're gonna go for it. I say we go for it. Still on. Oh, I got him. He was right in front of me. Yahoo, we got one. Not a giant. But we're having fun. Oh, look at this. Put that down on our keep net. Huh. Now this is some sort of carp. Looks like a shad or something I would use for catfish bait back home. Real pretty silver fish. We're gonna get it unhooked. And we're gonna get rebaited. Let me look at that fish. Look at that guy. Alrighty, thanks for playing. Oh, and if you could see in the background, another fish just jumped. Perhaps it's lunchtime for them. I was just enjoying my sandwich. And I think these fish got the impression that it's time to eat. Let's see if we can catch another one. Now that's a beautiful, beautiful mirror carp. Good colors on the side of it. Couple of scales up top, nice yellow belly. Definitely a healthy fish. We're gonna put her back in the water and get it released. Got a good one here. Oh, this is a good one. Packing up my stuff and the rod started to scream. This is a good one. Just gonna tire her out. Oh boy, that's a good one. I was just packing up my stuff. My father-in-law is supposed to be here to pick me up in a couple of moments. And then the rod started to really go off. Oh, golly, look at this fish. What a beauty. Oh my gosh, how fortunate am I. Wowie, wowie. Boop up a doop. Wow. Let's get her unhooked. Oh, hook came out on its own.